end of the world to Norway, and we are joined by Hummam Bhutta to talk to us about the lockdown situation in that country. Hummam, salaam alaikum, welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum assalam, and thanks for having me once again at Salam Media.
Lovely to have you on. Now, the lockdown in Norway, how long was it in force for, and how did it impact on the citizens and obviously the economy as a whole? Because I know we here in South Africa are reeling from the lockdown. What's the situation like in Norway?
So since last time we spoke, it's much better. The lockdown that happened, the last one, was very severe in a Norwegian context. It was from November until, you can say, a month ago. So actually, a month ago, the country more or less opened up. But this is in the east of the country, where the capital is, where most people live. So actually, rest of the country haven't been that affected by lockdown, but of course, like the big cities have been. But alhamdulillah, for a month now, it's been very easy compared to before, and it's almost opened up as it was before COVID.
However, concerns have been expressed by the Prime Minister and the Health Minister of Norway because they are now relooking the situation due to the Delta variant. How concerning is that, and how do you believe is going to push the citizens of Norway? How far back is it going to push you guys?
I think the thing about Norway is that we have actually vaccinated a lot of people. I mean, I myself got my first dose of vaccine last week, and I don't remember right now, but I think we have in total more than 5 million vaccine doses have been, put. So more than half the population is partially vaccinated. I think maybe 20% is fully vaccinated. So this is why the government has eased down on the restrictions. But as you're saying, the Delta virus, you never know about this COVID, how it can happen. And you're right that the Prime Minister and the Health Minister have said that, you should still be careful, and you should still, things are open for now, but you can be prepared for a new lockdown. But as we're seeing right now, outside, people are out in the streets, and restaurants, cafes, everything is open. And it's looking good, but you never know.
Okay, we have very strict protocols in place, obviously, because we are in our third wave and it's really hectic. And our protocols are obviously mask up, social distance, and sanitize. There's also restrictions on mass gatherings, etc. What's the situation like there currently? And I know you're in the middle of summer, so people want to be out and about. They want to socialize. What does it look like there?
So actually, as I said, so since the country, you can say, opened up, when I say country, I mean like the worst hit areas, which is in the capital city. Rest of the country haven't been that affected. So what actually happened was that the mosques, they opened up a couple of weeks ago, and they had been closed for more than half a year, which means that now we can gather, I think, 100 people or 200 people in one room with social distancing, of course. So, and the other thing is that people have started traveling a lot because, as Europe is opening up, new rules are coming, the vaccine, the application, the QR code and everything. So if you ask me, I would say life is almost back to normal. And even we don't have to wear the mask anymore. That's also one of the, they have removed that restriction as well. But of course, keep your hands clean. If you are sick, stay at home, test yourself and these things. But to be honest, right now, the situation is pretty much almost back to normal.
So largely the citizens have been very compliant, I should imagine. But has your economy taken a knock?
In a way, it has. It has affected many people. You can, myself, I lost my job at the airport for around 15 months. I just came back last week, actually. And also, a lot of people have lost their businesses. When you have a restaurant or any private business, you will not do well. But luckily, as you know, Norway is a welfare state. So the government does provide relief, does provide fund for people who lost their jobs or people who lost their businesses. But as a whole, of course, the economy has had a knock. Let's say the airline business, So many colleagues of mine lost their jobs, so many pilots and flight attendants and everything. So people have been affected, but I would say if you compare to other countries in the world, we haven't been that affected because of our welfare state, and like the government chipped in with money, with relief to people.
Okay, that's where we leave it. Thank you indeed. You, I guess, one of the lucky ones. We're reeling here with us in our third wave, but duas that inshallah it gets better globally for the ummah, for the global population, because I don't think that any one of us ever predicted something like this or felt that we'd live long enough to see something like this happen. But there's a reason for all of these things playing out. Thank you indeed, and I do hope it goes well for the people of Norway.
Okay, thank you for having me, and I want to give a special salam to my dear brother Qari Ziad Patel. So hope to see
Walaikum
you,
salam.
hope to see you soon, Qari Ziad, and all everyone in South Africa.
Inshallah. That was
Okay.
Hummam talking to us from Norway about the current situation of COVID in that country. And like he says, they're lucky they're living in a welfare state, so they haven't been that hard hit by the pandemic. Still to come on the show, we're going to be talking to Maxwell Dlamini about the SADC intervention in Eswatini. And we're also going to be wrapping up the show today by talking with Maulana's Abbas Mkhize, a staunch Zuma supporter. In fact, he was at Nkandla yesterday. So we're going to get his thoughts on this whole matter. 9:28 exactly. We're going for an ad break, and we will be back with you in a minute or two.